Chad.
Alright, and welcome everybody. We are back once again. Episode 7 of Chillin with Chad. I am Chad. And today, in honor of me being a Jimmy John's employee for over 1 year, I have a couple of special guests. Some of my co-workers from Jimmy John's. Say hello, guys.
Hello.
Pretty sure you can hear that. We have Carla and Elle. Alright. So, today we're just going to be discussing about our time at Jimmy John's and just working there and our experiences. Oh, but, excuse me, before I continue, I would be remiss if I wouldn't say about our people who are not here with us tonight. So, Captain Chris and Alberto and Rihanna and Jana and Austin. Who else are we missing? Missing Josh and Brian, the comedy tag team duo, as we like to call them. Jose. Who am I missing? I'm sure I'm missing somebody. Cody. Then we have our people that are no longer with us. Not in a. I totally said that in a bad way. Not no longer with us, but they are no longer working with us because they've gone on to greener pastures. So Connor, hello. Alec, hello. And those are our people. So now we talk about what's the here's Carla. Say hello to the people, Carla.
Hello.
It's okay. She's got the microphone. She might not say too much. Elle may not say too much. Elle, can you at least?
I'll do my best.
Elle, can you at least just say hi to the people?
Hey.
So yeah, that's Carla and Elle who showed up here tonight, and so let's see, where do we start? So I actually figured out the year date. It actually was Monday, April 26th of last year. That's the day I started working at Jimmy John's after leaving Whataburger for 3.5 years.
Forever.
And decided to come aboard the Jimmy John's train. And one thing I can say is this job probably has been the most fun job that I probably ever had. Even beating out Walmart, which was a pretty fun job. But the atmosphere at Jimmy John's and my co-workers and us all coming together as a unit has been pretty cool, and I really appreciate these people because we work together day in and day out, and we gotta deal with a bunch of, I don't even want to say, but we deal with a bunch of stuff. Just in case this gets heard somewhere, I said stuff. I didn't say anything else. But we deal with some things, being these Jimmy John's employees that you shouldn't have to deal with. But we take it in stride. We've made it. Carla and Elle haven't been at Jimmy John's as long as me, but they've been here quite a while to know what's going on, and they have their own experiences. We'll ask them about that sooner down the line. But yeah, I still remember the day I had the interview with Chris, and Chris told me, going back further than that. So Austin, one of our co-workers, me and Austin have known each other for, let's see, I want to say officially Like it should be like probably 20 years this year because we went to school together all those years and we've known each other so long. So Chris told me in my interview that Austin knows you and he said good things about you, and then he goes to tell me that he looked me up on Facebook just to see what kind of person I was and find out about me. So that was pretty funny. I appreciated that. So I got hired on. He hired me that day. I came to work for them that next Monday, and we've been on ever since. And I met Alberto. I met everybody else. Rihanna. Jana came on later. I think Jana came to us. Let's see, I started in April, so Jana would have had to come maybe after summer. I want to say Jana came from Indiana. I believe that's that. Yeah, I want to say I'm quite sure Jana came from Indiana to come to Waco, and like Josh and Brian were there my first day. Kirk, the famous Kirk. Kirk is a super character. You're going to hear all kinds of stories about Kirk throughout my podcast. So Kirk is he's a strange individual, but I can say he has a good heart sometimes. Just don't get him talking about politics, because it's just going to go bad. Carla has the microphone. What would you say about your Jimmy John's experience?
Well, for sure, I think Jimmy John's for sure has been one of the better jobs I've worked. Like you said, I feel like the environment, I don't think I've ever worked a job where, like, obviously no one likes working, no one, you know, like you wake up and you're like, damn, I don't want to go into work. But you know, I come in looking forward to seeing all these faces, seeing all the people that I've gotten to know over the past few months. You know, because it's a good time while you're working. You're not just. For me, it's been a better experience compared to like the other jobs I've worked. It's probably been my favorite job so far. You know, and a lot of it has to do with the environment and the management. And you know, jobs that I've worked before, the management will be like really distant from you, or for them it's all about like making the money, or it's all about like customer always comes first, you know, but they take that to like an extreme, and it's no fun. It's no fun, and it just kind of makes you feel like you're supposed to be below than what you really are. But I feel like here they really at least try to see what you do, or you know, I feel like they really put value into what you do every day when you come in. I know Berto, like shout out to Berto for real. You know, like I'll come in and even if I'm not feeling, you know, like myself, or like I'm feeling pretty down, he always knows how to kind of set the mood for the day, try to keep things positive. I don't know. I've never worked a job like that where, you know, everyone kind of cares about each other like that. So I've really enjoyed my time at Jimmy John's.
Yeah, true indeed. Yeah, I can definitely say that too about Berto. I could be having a terrible day, and this man will say something that is just so outrageous that it'll flip my whole mood. So I totally get, and Chris too.
Yeah, Chris too.
Chris.
That's another duo right there.
Oh yeah.
I love them together.
Yeah, I said something about Josh and Brian being a comedy duo, but Chris and Alberto being together and working together on the same day is
always a good day.
That's probably like fun.
I don't think I've ever laughed as much at a job as I do here.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, no,
There's always
that's
something new.
yeah, it's always yeah, and these people don't have a filter, and they say
And
lots
that's
of
a good thing.
they say lots of things that definitely shouldn't be repeated in front of people who wouldn't like to hear that. But it's Chris is gonna do an interview with himself sometime. We talked about it the other day, so that's gonna be because see, yeah, oh yeah. So Chris, and he also said he wants to ask me questions. So I'm preparing my mind for whatever questions he wants to ask me after I ask him the questions. So that's gonna be very hilarious. L,
Yes.
if I don't know if you wanna speak on any experiences that you had here at Jimmy John's, or
I mean, it's pretty much the same as Marla. It's super light. Not the word.
yeah,
I mean, kind of, but the environment's super light, and the people are just so funny. Having Chris, Berto, and Jaina working on the shift together, it's just like it's wild. Oh yeah, got that sandstorm playing.
oh man.
Oh yeah.
So another comedy tag team duo is Rihanna and Jaina, and like each of these people make me laugh in different ways, but I feel like since I work with them in the evening times, like those two like find ways to make me laugh like uncontrollably, like worse than anybody else, because like they're women and then they also have no filter, so I feel like that like kind of trumps the men no filter, because when the women have no filter, it gets sketchy sometimes. It's just
It's crazy.
and I've laughed so hard at the conversations I've had with these people and working with these people, so it's just hilarious. Oh, go ahead, Els. Oh, I thought you were about to say something. I thought I was cutting you off. Sorry. So yeah, we've like I said, I've been at Jimmy John's a whole year now, and different experiences. I'm at the point now where the people see my face enough. Like a couple of customers like actually ask, like, "Hey, I see you here all the time. What's your name?" So I tell them my name, like, "Hey, I'm Chad," and yeah, I've heard this so many times. Like, I feel like I've seen you so much that I should know your name. So quite a few customers tell me that, and which makes me feel good, because it makes me feel like I'm giving them a good impression of my work style. And like what I say about my work style is I try to be mostly upfront and sincere with what I do. Like some days I might be phoning it in. I'm not gonna lie, like it happens. But for the most part, I try to be genuine and be cool. Like, "Hey, how's it going? How's your day?" Like, and they ask me back, or sometimes they even ask me first, like, "Hey, how are you?" And that kind of throws me off sometimes. I laugh at it. Like we get like these chipper people in the drive-through that they just
Stop smiling.
they don't stop smiling. That's one. And they, like, as soon as they get to the speaker, they're just like, "How are you? And how's your day going?" And like I was like having a full conversation with you before they order. So that's kind of funny to me all the time too. And then
You definitely have fans in the drive-thru.
yeah,
Not me.
yeah. Some people have said some of our customers treat me better than them, and I mean, I don't like to hear that, but I kind of see it myself because it's like sometimes the customers, they act different with certain people. I don't get it because I mean we're all here for the same goal. We're here to feed you. You're here to get fed. Like it should go hand in hand. So, but it's what it is.
I don't know. They're just biased.
Oh, that's funny. Any more?
Work stories? What do you want? Like work stories or what?
Yeah, let's tell some work stories. Tell what's one work story that sticks out.
I was stretching bread, right?
Mm-hmm.
And bro, we just look at you in the most serious way and say something so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
He was stretching bread, and I went to the back to go do something. And Jane was and we make eye contact, and he has like a whole bread just like in his hands, stretching it so it's all bent. And he just looks at me, he just goes, iguana, and walks away. And I'm like, what? Bro, I was dying for like a whole 5 minutes. And every time I stretch bread, that's what I think of. I'm just like, that's one of my favorite words.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for saying this, but there have been way too many occasions where somebody has something in their hands at work and is using it for the absolute wrong intention. That's all I'm gonna say. They are walking around like probably most of the time it's Brian or Josh. No, not even. I don't even want to put it on Josh. It's Brian. Brian will be walking around with something in his hands, and it's just to give you, just to open your imagination up. He's using it as something that it should not be used for. Like whether it's like a breadstick or the broom that we're supposed to be sweeping with. I've seen him turn himself into a robot with boxes.
Oh yeah, and then he took an order. Bro.
Yeah, he turned himself into a robot with boxes.
And then was like, go take an order, bro.
And
get the reds.
And he went to the front counter and took somebody's order with all these boxes on. That's probably one of the legit funniest things I've ever seen in my life.
I'd say the funniest thing about that is the customer had like no reaction. He was just blank faced, and I was like, how? And the rest of us are just like, trying to keep our composure, but we're like laughing so hard.
Yeah, that's one thing I can also say too. When we're up to our shenanigans at work, 9 times out of 10, the customer just will not pay us any mind. It's just like, I just want to get my order.
Makes it funnier to me.
Yeah, and you're right. That makes it more funnier because they're not even paying attention. They're not even selling. They're just
just taking a stride.
Like I know a lot of times myself, while I'm in drive-thru all day, I like to experiment with different. I just lost the thought in my head with. Different accents. Thank you, Carla. With different accents. Yeah, I took that from Alec. Alec used to do this Russian accent that he thought was just the most hilarious thing in the world, but everybody else just hated it. Like
it was funnier when like I have this one story about that, but he like kept switching on it because this one girl in drive who answered with the accent, and then she tried to do it back, but she completely killed it. And then they got to the window, and it was pretty much like, I like your accent, where are you from? And he's like, like in his normal voice, he's like, I'm actually from this place. And then he would switch back like 2 or 3 times, and her friend in the car was like,
yeah.
But she just didn't know.
actually like didn't catch on. That was one of the funny instances. Continue your story, Chad.
Oh yeah. So my accents, like I have this one where like okay, people already tell me that I have like a super country accent, which I get. So sometimes in drive-through, I like to turn it up like to 10. So I'll be like, hold on, let me see if I can get it right. Like, welcome to Jimmy John's. My name is Chad. And they're like, some people like instantly like they're laughing right away once they hear it, but the other people they just like kind of all right, whatever, we'll go with it. And then I do like when they get to the window, I keep it going. All right, you had a beach club, and they're like, yeah, I had a beach club, and they're like looking at me, and I'm like, why do you sound like that? Like what's wrong with you? And I only do it to entertain myself because like some of these days like drag on long and long. I'm there all day, and it's funny. It's funny from when I walk through the door until I leave. Most of the time, I got the headset on, like the whole time. Like they see me come to the door. Oh, Chad's here. Let's give him the headset, and that's how it goes. And I laugh at it because I'm like, all right, nobody else wants to do drive through today. Okay, that's fine. So I feel like I used to take offense to it at first, but I would go work on the table to try to hide from drive-thru. I'm like, no, you need to go get in the drive-thru. So they would like absolutely push me away from working at the sandwich making table just to go to drive-thru because they know nobody else wants to go to drive-thru, but Chad will go work the drive-thru, and so. And lots of times, like I get there, we need help on the table. So I'm putting my gloves on. I'm walking up to, no, not you. You go to the drive-thru, and I'm like, oh, all right. Or they'll tell me, or they'll be like, oh, hey, go get the register, and then somebody else will come up, and they'll get on the table, and everybody else starts making. I'm like, well, I wanted to help. They're like, oh, it's okay, you're fine. So.
I know. I see you walking through that door. I take that headset off and I'm like, here you go, Chad.
Yeah, it happens. It happens every day. Like, every day I can see it. Like,
Without fail.
Especially like if it's Chris or Berto. Like sometimes they don't even let me get. Like I'll just be walking over to the computer to clock in, and they're like, "Hey, here you go," and they'll take the headset off and put it in my hand. I'm like, I'm not even clocked in to do this yet. But I mean, whatever, okay. And we joke about it that it's my crown. They have bestowed upon me the crown of drive-thru, so that's what we call it. We call it, okay, here's the crown. Or if I need to go, I need to go to the restroom. All right, okay, I need somebody to wear the crown until I get back. And so we do that. Carla, do you have any funny work stories that you would like to tell?
I got a lot.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of things I've seen.
There's not a lot to tell in such a small amount of time.
Like, even just earlier when talking about our coworkers' kids. They're, I'm telling you, they're plotting. They're trying to get me.
You gotta watch out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, So some of our coworkers, sometimes their kids are there in the store while we're working, and these kids are hilarious. Like
they've asked me for my ID number.
Yeah, I've heard.
One's tried to kidnap me to their house.
Yes, I've heard that. I've heard that story. Yes. Yep.
Oh man, they crack me up. But I don't know. I think that most of, not really stories that I have, more like whenever Rihanna's there and we're all greeting people coming in through the door, you know, she's got her little chance and we're like, hey.
Right, yeah, I love to hear that.
Oh,
like, hey, welcome to the Double J. And she just goes like, she could just
Or when
go
we
with
all
the
start
rhyming with
talking in that British accent.
JJ and Have a Day and just rhyming. That's like I love that. That's one of the things that makes me laugh every day when Rihanna does that.
Yeah.
It's
And it's so funny to me because the customer will just walk in like, can I get a number 9? And, you know, they just keep going. Don't even acknowledge our awesome greeting.
yeah. I think it would be. I mean, it's funnier that they don't acknowledge our jokes, but it would be funny if someone every once in a while would acknowledge one of our jokes and we make it work.
Like saying a hey back. That would be fun.
Oh yeah.
Gotta give the energy you receive.
And then, also on that, we can also talk about how I've completely changed the name of one of our sandwiches at work. It's called...
Oh, yeah. Magic word.
Yeah, it's called a gargantuan. But one day, I just woke up and was like, I don't want to call it the gargantuan anymore. And I don't know what the thought was in my head that I came up with gargalarg. And then when I say it, I have to say it in like a pirate accent. Because I don't know if I might have been... I really don't understand where I had the thought from. But, yeah. I'm like, I say, I look around and say, hey, we got a gargler. And everybody just laughs. And to the point now where Chris, like, he doesn't say it either. Like, if Chris is working with us, he said, hey, we got a... He says, hey, we got a gurgler or something like that.
Yeah, I've had a couple times where I've said it to a customer. I'm like, yeah, I'll say, I've got a gargle, and I'm like, oh, sorry, I got a gargantuan.
So yeah, I hear it in the drive-thru, and I heard the magic word, and I gotta announce it, like, we got a gurgler, and I just say it out loud, and everybody laughs. And
For sure, when you say, we got the magic word, I heard the magic word, and I was like,
I always make sure to let you
yes,
know.
Carla definitely does make sure every time either she takes a order or she hears it, she's like, I heard the magic word. I was like, you heard the magic word? And then I have to, we got...
Yeah, even when you're not there, sometimes I'll see when I'm like, damn. Chat.
I think next time that happens, you should tell somebody to call me, and then I will say, we got...
hook you up to the speaker.
Yeah. And I would totally say...
Yeah, we should make that like a little, this little voice button.
Yeah.
We should make that a voice button.
I wish. That's... So, anybody out there, if you listen to this, if you can find a way to make a voice command that I can say gargalarg, please let me know. And we definitely will get that done. So, a side note, complete opposite of what everything that we're doing right now. So we're here at Shorty's Pizza Shack, and me and Carla were here first, so we've been talking about the whole time since we've been here. Like, our waitress for tonight has been trying to get me to buy a pitcher of sangria.
Oh, yeah.
Because the last time I was here, I think I bought like 3 of them. But what I didn't know was that there was options, and I could have had a pint, which is significantly smaller. So I've been ordering pints of sangria instead of the pitcher. But she keeps trying to get me to buy.
She even tripped herself up.
Yeah, she's like, and then she almost got me early because she was like, are you sure you want a pitcher of sangria? And then she changed up. She said, oh, no. You had a pint. Like, yeah, I had a pint. But I almost went with it. If she would have brought back a pitcher, I probably would have just drank the pitcher. So it's totally fine. And then she's been coming over here back and forth, even before we started recording. But once we started recording, it was funny. She walked up and she's like, hey, how you guys doing? Then she saw that we were recording, and she kind of got quiet. And then now she just looked at me. She did a thumbs up, and I did a thumbs up back to her. So yeah, she's hilarious. We are almost at the 30-minute mark. So, anything last minute you guys want to say?
It was fun to be on.
Yeah. It
This is
fun.
this is good. So this is actually gonna probably push me into wanting to have more people. Well, that's actually the plan of Chillin' with Chad season 2 is to be actually doing more face-to-face interviews and having more face-to-face guests. So this actually is not going to be a bridge to keep that going. And then also, I want to say, let's see, this is 7, so either episode 8 or 9 is going to be, even though we all won't be face to face, it'll be with my guest host from my previous podcast that I used to be on, called the League of Extraordinary Assholes. That was our podcast name, and two of them, the main people that I used to be on the show with, they're gonna be guests on Chillin' with Chad, and we're gonna have like a little reunion show. So that should be fun. Actually, if I go back further, that was actually supposed to be the introductory episode to Chillin' with Chad. I was gonna have them on, and it was gonna be called Bridging the Gap, because like we did our last LEA episode, I want to say like early 2021. So it was going to be Bridging the Gap, because we'll come a gap back to what we now know as Chillin' with Chad, which didn't have a name initially. And oh yeah, so now that we're talking about Josh, so
He's a menace to society.
Josh is a menace to society, and Josh gave the name of Chillin' with Chad. But now, Actually, we were at work, and because it was gonna be called Chillin' with Big Chad, because Big Chad has been my nickname all my life. But he was the one. He was like, no, you should just do Chillin' with Chad. It sounds better, and it'll come off easier. Chillin' with Chad. So I'm like, you know what? That doesn't sound like a bad idea. So I went with it. Chillin' with Chad. So, with that being said, now I'm taking the credit back from Josh, because I don't want him to have the credit anymore. Because we've heard some unspeakable things about Josh lately.
He has a history.
Josh has a history. Yep. And I want to take all that credit I gave him. You know what? Also that. And then he didn't even listen to the episode that I shouted him out on. So that's double down why I'm taking my credit back from the Chillin' with Chad name from Josh. So Josh.
Well, those were all bloopers. Are they actually true?
So, okay, I might as well, the cat's out the bag. I might as well.
Sorry,
No. I was going to tell this joke anyway. So, Josh was a part of a group of people that used to protest KKK meetings back in the day. That's honorable. So, us being assholes at work, we turned it around to say, oh, Josh was one of the main attenders of the KKK meeting.
It's just so easy to turn things around on him.
It is.
He
like,
makes it too easy for sure.
if you know Josh, and Josh tells you stories, like it's very easy to turn around things to make these stories sound way worse than they already are. So Josh is a Hispanic man, so there's no real reason why he would be at a KKK meeting. But that makes it much more funnier that he was one of the main members there at the KKK. So at work we've turned Josh into like this super racist. And
Anytime anyone new comes in,
oh yeah,
warn him off.
Oh yeah.
Like Josh.
Stay away from him. It's bad news.
But he's a sweet guy. He's a sweet guy.
No,
Yeah. See, y'all gonna make me talk nice about Josh again, and I don't want to.
No, it's alright. We don't have to. Right now, I think right now Josh is Waco's most unwanted. That's what we're talking about today at work.
If I have to be honest, Josh is a cool guy. And he takes his beatings well. He doesn't get offended by him. He laughs.
He's got thick skin.
Yeah, he laughs about it. And me and Berto, like we are drilling him probably pretty much all day, every day that we see him with jokes and no, but Josh, he takes it well. And
He's funny. I mean, just like you said, he's a comedy duo.
yeah. When you get Josh and Brian together, they're just so weird. And you know what's crazy? They live together and they live together away from work. But it's like how they act with each other. It's like they haven't seen each other in days. But they probably literally just saw each other before both of them came together. So, and they have their own conversations, which are hilarious. They work at Jimmy John's, then they work at the True Love Bar here in Waco together.
Yeah,
So they have two jobs together, and they live together. So it's how do you spend that much time around somebody that I don't know? It's just hilarious.
I don't know how they do it.
I don't know how they do it either, but it's funny. And so yeah, we did try to make that record again. I'm sorry. Okay, this is gonna be bad. We tried to turn that into like a thing with them being gay. It didn't work, obviously, because neither one of these guys are gay. So it was just them spending all that time together, and they lived together. So yeah, we did. It failed. So I mean, it's whatever. And I feel bad about it because I didn't want to do it. Berto pushed me into it. I'm sorry, I snitched on you. Whatever. Berto pushed me into it, but it's fine. I'm sorry, we got quiet. Somebody's birthday.
He was just like, he don't want to be seen.
I think I found the guy whose birthday it is. He looked like he had his face covered. Oh, okay, yep, there we go. Yeah, like we're literally like sitting outside at Shorty's, and like there's like all kinds of moving parts going around. So, but to close this episode, which right now is going to be the longest episode so far of Chillin' with Chad. Yeah, Jimmy John's has been a great what's the word I'm looking for? It's something that like kind of helped bring me out of like a bad place. Like before I came to Jimmy John's, I was very moody and angry working for Waterburg, and I had like a lot of like outside of work problems that kind of was intensifying back then. But working at Jimmy John's kind of gave me like a new outlook on life, and like I feel like after working for Jimmy John's and meeting all these people, it gave me like, I don't know, like joy, like I feel happy now. Like I haven't felt happy like in quite a while. So like getting to see these people every day and hanging out and like doing stuff like this, like where we all hang out like outside of work. I never really had like experiences like that with other jobs, and just being at Jimmy John's where like we hang out together and we like try to make plans with each other like that. I've never had that before, so it's nice to do that. And I genuinely love like all the people that I work with. Like they're very awesome people. Carla and Elle are awesome. Like I can't I can't say much more good things about Carla and Elle. Like that. Like even though like they're the newer people in the bunch, but like they like jailed so well. So like shout out to you guys. You guys are awesome. Everybody else is awesome. Anything you guys wanna? Nothing to add. Everybody's good.
I just agree with your sentiments though.
It's just an honor to be on.
Yeah, it was an honor to be on.
I'm glad to have you guys on. You guys actually are the first official guest on Chillin with Chad. So that's awesome. That's awesome.
First of many.
First of many. Yeah, we definitely got to do this again. Yeah. Most definitely. So, with that being said, this has been Chillin with Chad, episode 7, and we will see you guys soon.